Hey guys, Chad here from Regal Boats. We're here in Seabright, New Jersey with our dealer Sandy Hook Yacht Sales. We have the first in-stock 43 SAV here and we are doing live training with them today. Gonna get these guys dialed so you guys have the best experience on the water possible. Diesel generator, which is a 12 kW Fisher Panda, or you have power bank 48 volt lithium battery bank, or you have live power, which is power bank plus 5 kW diesel generator.
Like that third option.
Yep. So with the generator, it's no different than any of our other boats that, you know, we run the shore power, we run generator. The generator just takes place of the shore power operation. We got power coming in, feeding battery chargers, which charge the house and the engine batteries. Power bank system, inverter system, we change it up a little bit now. So now we have a set of 48 volt power bank lithium ion batteries. Shore power will pass through the inverters and supply 120 volt throughout the boat as needed. Or when you unplug, then a power bank system takes over and supplies that 120 throughout the boat. The power bank system also supplies voltage for a seakeeper if you have seakeeper. And it also supplies voltage to the charging system throughout the boat through the Mac Plus. So we'll take the 48 volt band through a Mac Plus, take it down to 12 volt for the 12 volt system, or take it down to 24 volt for the 24 volt system. So we have 12, 24, and 48 volt systems in the boat when it comes to a inverter system. With battery chargers now, if we have battery chargers, we're dedicating to the engine batteries first, and then from the engine batteries to the house. When we, in past boats, we used to dedicate battery chargers to house and then off to engines, and then engines would charge engines and back to house and back and forth. But now with the way the system's set up, we're gonna dedicate engine charges first and then house.
In the middle of peak summer, I want AC for my kids to go down below.
Depends what boat.
Correct. But like on this, he's just day boating, partying, entertaining. He only needs a couple hours of AC and grill and all that and sound systems. Then he's back to the dock. You know what, Mr. Customer? Why fool with the generator? Why fool with this? You know, you might be the lithium pack guy only.
Yeah, no, I like it.
But the guy that's going to do longer trips and do that, he might be the combined, or he might just be a generator guy, depending where he's at. That's why we're on power. You guys got the twin 600 Mercs. You obviously can get the triples. We were on that boat yesterday. That's a 60 mile an hour boat. It's going to cruise just under 40. This is going to cruise low to mid 30s. This is just over 50 mile an hour boat. The triple Yamaha 450s are very comparable to this. You get a better swim platform with these because the lower units are the only thing that move. So you're able to square it off with the motors instead of fanning out like the Yamahas. So then you just got to decide between your customers. Are you a Yamaha guy, Merc guy, doesn't care? There's advantages to both.
Depending on what your plans are for the day, whether you're plugged into shore power or not, spool up to the seakeeper. You guys are familiar, the seakeeper is going to use the most amperage when it's in the spool up position, and it takes about 20-30 minutes to spool up to operation. So if you want to keep the smooth ride, you want that spooled up by the time you pull out of the dock. Generator, here again, if you're going to start the generator up and get it running because you want to keep systems working, get your engines fired up and you know, get those going. And then however you want your screens, you know, from there on out. Bow thruster on these units, it is linked to the Mercury joystick. If you are turning the joystick on, you'll press it. You want to press the button once. It's going to beep at you, and then you want to press it again. Now it is now activated, and we can use that joystick by itself just the way it is.
If you hold that down to the dock, like say you want to hold yourself on this dock or piling, you got, you know, through current. So you can, I mean, you can play with it real quick.
This?
No, hold the joystick, put it in some RPMs. So do that, and now hold the top button down. Holds it. So if you were by yourself trying to dock or put, you know, your ropes on these pilings or something, and you're in bad current or wind, that'll lock in the RPM of that. It'll keep going. And then you just press that button to release it. So it's a super cool feature I didn't know about until recently. It's an oversized bow thruster, so it moves this boat really good.
Yeah.
But it's integrated, so you guys should all take time on it eventually using it. It almost feels like it stops, you know, on a Yamaha when you're twisting it, you're expecting that bow to keep going. Well, here it's gonna like hold. As soon as you release it, it sort of holds you like a brake system. It's because they're integrated.
If you key up, there you go.
So the Mercs, you gotta key them all up.
Yeah, now you can trim down. There we go. So one thing I did want to talk about with the Mercury is bring a nav screen up. You can bring that radar overlay. And then, you know, with the Yamahas, just go ahead and touch anywhere out there. You have the auto guidance that you can use in the Yamaha. Mercury is not currently using auto guidance, but you can still use the go-to route to where you can draw your own. So one thing that, you know, here again with the Garmins, if you guys are familiar running with Garmins, you know, if the question is, you know, I could sit down here and I could draw my route out to where I want it. I could save those routes. Yeah. So if I'm always leaving here and I'm running to a particular restaurant or I'm running to a particular cove or whatever, I can save those routes and I can re-pull those routes up and I don't have to draw them every time. So, you know, that's always an option that, you know, because everybody's kind of getting used to the auto guidance. I like the auto guidance. You hit auto guidance, and zoop, it draws it out for you, and you're done. So you got your different pages for your cabin, deck, and hardtop. I mean, those most of that is pretty self-explanatory as far as, you know, what items you have to do what. Windlass control, if you hit the little anchor up there, there's a little safety feature. It's just not a touch and everything pops up.
Got your ice box. So you got your freezer plates. That's how you turn them on and off. You know, they'll go blue when they're on. So now that'll start cooling. So those are great for throwing ice and stuff in. They'll keep it, you know, cold all day.
We got the AC blower control and stuff for the air conditioning at the helm.
You got the green. That means the pin's engaged on your drop-down doors. When you start to disengage it, it'll go yellow. So that's what that is. Anthony,
but we can
give
start
me a touch there on that right arrow. That's my favorite thing. Wind deflectors. The 50 doesn't even have this. It makes a huge difference. It's amazing the difference when you flip those out. That's a one-toucher. Got the electric door you guys are familiar with. You got a manual switch here. You got it on there as well. Up under here, when you close the door, you have to reach up in this corner.
We got a safety release in there. There's a pull tab that you can pull and release the pin that locks into the actuator and slide the door open. Same way on the top. You can access the pull from the top too.
And you can, I believe, do it in here too.
So this is going to bring up basically all individual little switches for all the digital switching. All right, so everything that you have on those 3 pages, you've got access here to as well in one page as kind of an individual on-off switch. As you see on the top there, the battery links. So this is giving you the information on the different batteries throughout the boat, showing you how charging is being done. We use some Mac Pluses to be able to convert 48 volt, 12 volt, 24 volt back and forth to each other. Right now, systems coming in and we're using the battery charger coming through and, you know, pushing out to all of our different house batteries, electrical systems. If we would fire up engines, we would see this change back different directions as far as coming from engine charges back into it. So it just kind of a flow chart for you for as, hey, you know, what are we charging? You know, is it charging? Again, just another main power. Just we got our shore powers coming in. Just another visual to be able to verify, you know, hey, I plugged in, is it working? You know, other than having to go down to the MDP panel to see if you have 120 volts there, we now have it available on the screen. Everything but the generator, we got one main through haul that comes up through one large sea strainer, and then it goes back to the manifold to separate off to the air conditioners, raw water wash down, your live wells. Generator is on its own through haul and sea strainer, and then you have your overboard discharge on the far side there. But basically it's an automatic transfer box. Typically if we were leaving a dock from shore power, you have to fire up your generator, you have to unplug your shore power, you have to transfer the switches over. This does it all. So if we're plugged into shore power and we have it in auto mode and we unplug shore power, it's going to automatically fire up the generator and it's automatically going to switch it over to generator power. Come back, you plug into shore power, and it's just going to reverse the process. So it eliminates all those, all right, down into the cabin, flipping switches, you know, starting your generator and all that stuff. It does it all in one step.
That holds this boat like a tank. It's here, it's easy to throw out, it's clean, it's all stored in. It's one of my favorite features. You have a lot of tables for these in the 50s. It's a double leg. It's got magnetic center for your hooks and stuff so they stick to it. It's got all the rod holders on it. It is a nice setup. You also have a regular cockpit table that goes here. You then have a bow table available, and then you have a table for the V-berth essentially down below. They store on the bottom of this and then the aft. Amerishade, that's the name brand, standard on all these, just like the 38s now. So that's coming with that super nice quiet option. We put the TV down. That is a Sunbright. You can see it from all angles. It has no glare. It's a smart TV. It's encased in an outdoor box. It's a metal, substantial box on it. Yeah, those are your terrace doors. The reason those are up there is for children. And the doors do not have sensors, so you have to triple check before you put a door down on a dock like this, because it will go down. Obviously, you have to hold it down. That's one of the reasons you do that, because you're watching it. See that pin in there? You'll start watching it. So the pin goes, and then it starts to go down. And I think, like I say, you're gonna clear. And again, 500-pound rating, but I mean, holds multiple people. They are beefy. It is a substantial hardware on this. So, and all of you today and whenever you're spending time out here should make sure you just do these once or twice so you just have a feel for it. Then you hold it, and that's the pin going in. You'll see on digital switching screen, if it's still yellow, that means you didn't put the pin all the way in. You want to see green on that little icon to make sure you're safely secured before you start running. One of my favorite features is I'm the foodie. One, you get a dual grill, and you can get the flat top, but these are all non-stick Teflon. So if you were doing bacon and eggs or something, you may go to that. These are just disposable, throw them out, simple little things. You do have the covers if you need them, but most people cooking on here don't. Pour a little water in the pan. You know, the coils are covered. That's why they call it a smokeless grill. You don't have flare-ups. You don't have, you know, you may get a little grease if you're doing fatty burgers or something like that, but that's gonna be down here. On that exact point, my favorite feature, this is all washable. It drains through here and right into your sink. You can see where it connects. So this is the easiest cleaning setup that you can possibly have. As you guys know with the 38s, you know, and some of the other product, these all flip down. So if you're entertaining, get to wherever you're going, flip these all down. You have an extra full bar, or these outside seats flip around. And then you got extra storage here now in the Garmin rest. This is pretty sweet. Got dry storage there for your phone or whatever. It's a nice setup. You still get the standard Yeti, storage on both sides. Fridge, freezer, or fridge, you know, if you put those in the highest settings and they're plugged in overnight, they will freeze. So the guy that's mainly day boating, most guys are going with the 2 fridge option because they can put it on the highest setting and freeze if they need to. People don't even know it has a filler. It's the piece on the wall, the headboard. It pops right out. It's a thick cushion and that slides in the filler. Reason that's nice because you don't have to store it on the boat anywhere. So then you go from 2 twins to an oversized king bed back there. Super comfortable. This has the filler cushion. It's in the center. That's also to extend the bed so you can sleep in there with your feet in there. Biggest selling feature of this boat, besides all the cool stuff we went over today, is that head. It's an oversized toilet, as you'll notice, compared to some of the others. It's a separate head and shower. It's a rain shower with a wand. A phenomenal shower, and that's what sets it apart. Matt, you said earlier, the window's phenomenal. It really opens it up.